Thank you very much, Speaker. Mr. President, we know that Pembani and Shanduga Black Umbrella companies in which you own shares are independent power producers with contract to supply Eskom energy. We know that your brother Douglas Ramaphosa is a direct on a company, Power Tech, that supplies equipment for renewable energy producers. We know that you and your family, Mr. President, are direct beneficiaries of IPPs, and it was your brother-in-law, the Minister of Energy, who signed the latest set of IPPs putting billions of rands in the pocket of Patrice Motsepe, who also is a brother-in-law. Now, Mr. President, are you willing to say that to the South African people that there is no conflict of interest in the IPP deals? And if not, how do you explain this obvious financial interest? And why do you continue to pursue them if they are causing Eskom to lose money at a time when it cannot even keep the light on and the South Africans are suffering about the load shedding? Conflict of interest? Are you involved, Mr. President,
order,
with Douglas Ramaphosa? Thank you.
Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Nguni, point of order.
I just wish, Honorable Speaker, to even read it. This is 84.1. No person may impute improper motives to any other member. And then it goes on. And clearly what Honorable Mkhalipi has just done was exactly just that. But 85.2 allows Honorable Mkhalipi to do it. But she cannot rise on this particular aspect. She must do so through a substantive motion. Then we can deal with it at that stage. Thank you.
I see Honorable Mulder's hand, which is quite rare.
Honorable Speaker, there's a tradition that allows members to make points or to argue before you make a decision. I've heard what the Honourable Member from the ANC has just now said, but if we cannot ask a question like this to the Honourable President, what should we do? The Honourable Member only said these things are allegations. The President's got the chance to react to them, but I think we should allow him to react.
Yes, I think the Honourable Nguni is correct to quote the rules that he has quoted, but you are correct, Honourable Mulder. And indeed, we should allow the Honourable Member to, this time round, take that caution, but allow the President to answer the question.
Speaker?
No, Honorable Mkhalipi, we're allowing the President to answer your question.
I just want to point Rule 84 that was quoted by Mnguni. That is a wrong rule to start with.
No, Honorable Mkhalipi,
it's a wrong rule. It says that unparliamentary,
Honorable Mkhalipi, take your seat now.
So he must not quote the wrong rule.
Take your seat.
And secondly, Speaker,
no, Honorable
Mkhalipi, on a point of order.
No, Honorable Mkhalipi, you've raised a supplementary question, and I'm allowing the President to answer you.
Yeah, but Mnguni must not come and abuse us here with wrong rules. So he must go and
take your seat, Honorable Mkhalipi.
He must not quote wrong rules here.
Honorable Mkhalipi. Okay. Honorable President.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Speaker, I think I rose.
No, Honorable Member. Please allow the President to answer the question.
I'm rising on a point of order.
No, Honorable Member.
I'm rising on a point of order.
I'm not allowing you to raise that point of order.
You are allowing me to harass members of Parliament from asking questions.
No,
you are setting
Member.
You are allowing him to answer on behalf of the President. When the President is respected by EFF, you again allow members of the ANC to stand up and undermine our right to ask questions. Nguni must learn to sit down. And the President must answer a question. If he's not fit to answer the question, he must just tell.
Honorable President, please answer the question.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I'm happy to answer so that we deal with this matter once and for all. Because when the honorable member raises a number of issues, and no, you don't need to repeat. I picked up nearly everything you said. when I was elected as Deputy President of the African National Congress, I decided that since I was going to get into government, I should divest myself of my business interests. And I then went about doing precisely that. As it was taking a little bit of time after I became Deputy President, I wrote to the President and the Director General and I said, I'd like you to give me a little bit more time, 3 months, so that I finalize my financial matters. And by doing so, I then sold, the family sold out of Shanduka completely. We sold out of Shanduka, we were able to pay our debt with that and so on. So we got out of Shanduka. Pembani bought the Shanduka assets that were composed of a number of different assets, some in mining, banking, and all that. And we went out completely. And I did say that there is, however, a business that I would like to retain an interest in, and that is farming. Because I love farming. And that I have disclosed very, very clearly to everyone, and some investments in property. That has been disclosed. But we did take a view that we will not do any business with any government entity. McDonald's had also been sold. So McDonald's, in my view, does not do any business with government. So that was sold as well. Now, you quote Shanduka Black Umbrellas. Shanduka Black Umbrellas, which has changed its name now to Black Umbrellas, is a business incubation non-governmental organization that incubates black-owned businesses. And thus far, that entity has incubated well more than 3,000 small, medium enterprises that have been put on their feet and they are operating extremely well. And now, the pride that I have with this is that these businesses, as to the December month, had already turned over 2.5 billion rand, a small and medium enterprise, for their owners, for their own owners, black owners, as well as largely black women. Throughout the country, it has 10 incubators from Cape Town, KZN, throughout the country. And these are funded. These are funded by the Cyril Ramaphosa Foundation, which also runs Adopt a School, which also runs a bursary outfit. Now, that is where Black Umbrellas is. So Black Umbrella, Shanduka Black Umbrellas is not involved in any renewable energies. My brother Douglas runs his own matters. He and I don't share any business. What he does is his own business. He's in USA Power Tech, I didn't even know. My brother-in-law, Patrice Motsepe, runs his own business. I don't get involved in his business. I have no wish to get involved in his business. And I am not a beneficiary of his business. Now, my brother-in-law, Minister Jeff Khadebe, is a brother-in-law who has been a leading member of the ANC, who I appointed as Minister of Energy. He does his work in terms of all the rules that govern all of us. Now, is there a conflict of interest? I would argue there's no conflict of interest. Now, there can only be a conflict of interest if you can prove it. Even with Motsepe, he runs his own business. He is in renewable energy. That is his own business. And he will never be favored by any one of us. He held a press conference 2 weeks ago where he dealt with this very matter. Now, accusations of conflict of interest and corruption are so easy and people make them without any proof. And we say, where there is proof, bring the proof so that we can deal with it, rather than just cast aspersions against everyone. Now, I want to disabuse us. I want to disabuse us as leaders here to stop casting aspersions unless we've got proof. If you've got proof, then you say, here is the proof, deal with it. So that's how we should. That's how we should deal with these issues. So as far as that is concerned, I believe that the conflict of interest issue I've addressed, and some of us are guided by one principle which is we should not ever steal money from the people of South Africa. Some of us are guided by that. And that is, for me, that is prominent, and I will put that across to you. That is prominent in my mind, that some of us are guided by that, and therefore I think we should desist from just casting aspersions and accusing everyone. If there are issues that are of concern to us, let's raise them, let's get the facts before we cast aspersions. Thank you very much, Madam Speaker.